Welcome back. Now, one of South Africa's leading security and medical response marketplace, Aura, has recently launched a convenient in-app panic button called GuardMe. This cutting-edge solution is in collaboration with F&B, and it allows the user to immediately request rapid mobile emergency response in the event of an emergency or the threat of a crime such as theft or hijacking. Now, Warren Myers is the CEO and co-founder of Aura, and he joins us now in studio to discuss this further. Good morning, Warren. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Now, let's talk about, before we get into the inner workings of the app, let's start with painting a picture for us of the crime landscape in South Africa. What does it even look like?
So crime's consistently been on the rise. During COVID, it did dip down a little bit due to the lockdowns, but now an increase in unemployment has risen crime pretty much across all facets, violent and non-violent, organized and opportunistic crime.
Let's talk about how sophisticated is also become crime in this country.
Well, crime is a big business. So just like any big business, it gets more and more organized and more professional and better funded, and better training goes into it. So in response to that, it's important that us as a society build the right technology tools to combat this, because it's just unacceptable what's going on.
Let's talk about GuardMe. What is it?
Well, I'm the co-founder of a company called Aura, and Aura is a technology platform which enables anyone to access the closest private security or medical responder directly to their location, anywhere, anytime, using a connected device. You can think of it like an on-demand or Uberized access to security anytime, anywhere.
Okay.
And the premise behind what we've done here is that 95% of South Africans cannot access emergency services effectively when they're in the most troublesome and traumatic times of their life, and we find that to be completely unacceptable. Our vision as a company is to create a world where everybody is safe, and the way to do that is to make access to these vital services far more accessible and affordable, actually, for everyone within a society.
Okay, so how does it work? How do I get
So in partnership with F&B, there's an app inside eBucks which is called GuardMe. So any F&B customer can go now into eBucks, the eBucks tab, go in and register on GuardMe. You get 3 months free. From there, there's a small fee, I think it's 20 Rand a month. From there, you push a button. It's exactly how an e-hailing platform would work. The platform immediately finds the closest company from a network of hundreds of private companies that we've partnered with. So you don't have to be affiliated with anyone. You push a button and a car from a variety of vetted companies will respond to you and help you in an emergency.
Now, outline the role of corporate South Africa, needs to play in assisting in, crime in this country.
Well, it's quite relevant to this specific partnership, because this deal started off with us protecting the staff of the First Rand Group, and there's 40,000 of them. This was offered to them as a staff benefit, and with amazing success. We had dozens of really life-saving situations where staff members who previously would have never had access to emergency services got help in sexual assaults, gender-based violence, home invasions, medical emergencies. Now, for the first time ever, could push a button and get help. And the group saw this and just said, well, we have to give this to our customers. It's so important.
So how did you get the other companies to buy in? Because it's one thing to have this, nice concept, you're working with F&B, but for the other companies to buy in and be part of
You mean the security company?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good question. Like I said, we're a marketplace, and actually our logo's got a triangle in it because we've created what's called a shared value concept, where firstly, millions more people can access these vital services when they need to, but at the same time, the security and medical companies in South Africa are now getting far more revenue off the existing cost structure. So we're all quite familiar with seeing security cars sitting around idle most of the time. What we're doing is going to them and saying to them, here's additional revenue for your idle capacity. So that's a commercial decision for them. They're able to make far more money off the existing infrastructure than they would have before us.
And how is artificial intelligence assisting in our fight against crime?
So look, we've been around for going on 4 years, and at the moment we're an extremely powerful response platform. We get help out to people within 5 minutes on average. From the time you push a button, the time someone comes to help you is on average 5 minutes across the country. And for us, that's a really good feat, and we're proud about it, but we know that the way to fight crime has to be proactive as well. It has to be predictive. Now, the way that you do that is you start building a big data set. It's called a big data set. It's called big data. And you apply AI technology to actually start predicting where crime is or isn't. And I know it sounds a bit like science fiction, but the reason why an e-hailing vehicle is at you in 2-3 minutes is not because they've got lots of cards, it's because they've got algorithms predicting where there's a higher probability of a ride. So if you ever go and see an e-hailing vehicle, he gets prompted where to go. So he has a higher probability of a ride. That type of technology needs to be implemented in order for us to proactively either prevent crime altogether or make the response time so quick that we make arrests or more arrests.
And then just before we end, what's the response to GuardMe?
The response is, well, as I said, if you have an emergency, whether it's a security or medical, once you're registered, so go into the F&B app, into eBucks, register on GuardMe, put in your name and your details. You can actually add a number of dependents for your family and your parents or whoever you want. And any one of them now can go into the app or into the GuardMe app, hit one button, just like an e-hailing platform, and get the closest person to come and help them anywhere in the country.
When did you launch, or is it on at the moment?
It's launched,
it's launched, and what's been the response? Are you happy with how people are signing up? Or?
No, amazing. Yeah, very good. I mean, think about it. Before this, only a tiny percentage of our population could access private security and medical. Now, it's just in your fingertips now. So you just have to go and register, and it's available to you via, I think, one of the most used apps in the country. The F&B banking app is one of the most utilized apps. So.
Such an amazing concept. Warren, thank you so much for talking to us.
It's great to be here.
CEO and co-founder of Aura, Warren Myers, and we've been discussing their new app, panic button, called GuardMe. Go it on the F&B app. All right, let's take a quick ad break. Stay with us.